The first major ability, which was considered impossible in modern times until Sukuna revealed it, is an open domain barrier. Both Sukuna and Kenjaku, two Heian Era sorcerers, have open domain barriers. And it's not like Sukuna and Kenjaku were training buddies or anything, so it's unlikely that one of them taught this to the other. They would have learnt it completely independently from each other, suggesting that open barriers were slightly more common knowledge in the Heian Era. I'm not saying they were common knowledge or many people could use them, but they were definitely a thing. And no, just because Kenjaku taught Sukuna how to split his soul does not mean he taught him other stuff. That was purely for Kenjaku's plan and part of their binding vow. Considering how many sorcerers fought Sukuna in the Heian Era and how widely known his strength was, the fact that he has an open domain barrier would surely be widely known too. In modern times, Gojo only became aware of the possibility of an open barrier during the fight, or at most a month before the fight. However, if Satoru Gojo grew up in the Heian Era knowing it was a thing, not only would he be more prepared to deal with it, but there's also a good chance he could learn it for himself. There is no denying that Gojo's level of genius for Jujutsu is contested only by Sukuna. Higuruma, Yuta, and Yuji could also be contenders, but we haven't really seen enough of that from them yet. In the middle of their fight, Gojo constantly adjusted the properties of his barrier, and Sukuna did the same. Now, according to Kusakabe GPT, this should be completely impossible, but Gojo is simply that guy. If he can learn to change conditions mid-battle, imagine if he had prior knowledge of open domain barriers and the time to perfect it. If Sukuna and Kenjaku can do it, then best believe Gojo does have the raw talent to do it, given the time and knowledge.